of the Lord that you gotta eat, drink, and get ready for it. And the reason why you don't get it is you're not ready. Let me say it again. The reason why you don't get it is because you're not ready. Because this is how prophecy works. Those of you who don't know. If I prophesy to you that you will get a new car in the next 12 months, go and take the old car out of your garage. If you keep that old car in your garage, you don't have the faith to receive the new car.
This is messing us up.
So Ahab believed a pagan king. Believe in the prophet of God. And he went and eat and drink. And then Elijah now went to the top of Carmel and cast himself down upon the earth and put his face between his knees. Now listen, if it take me till 1 o'clock in the morning to get to this verse, I'm going to keep you out there because this is where the message is. And I have to do a lot of preparation and can't get there. Please don't let me out of that door until I explain to you what Elijah did.
My God, my God.
43. And said to his servant, go up now, look towards the sea. And he went up and looked and said, there's nothing. I can pick you out right now. I can just come and grab you. Those of you whom God has given the word, and you went to the mountain and there was nothing. I can pick you up right now. He told the servant, go and look towards the sea. And the servant went. Prophets told us, and they went. But what did they come with? Nothing. And he said, go again. Go 7 times. When I get to this point, I will talk to all the servants in good news that has been to the mountain several times. And it look like there is nothing. I'm coming to build your faith. Give me 44. Give me 44. Give me 44. And it came to pass at the 7th time that he said, behold, there ariseth. Somebody said, a I know most of you are expecting a big. Somebody shout a little. Tell your neighbor, that's all. That's
all I need.
That's all I need. My God. That's all I need.
Joseph.
My God.
So now, a second message to Ahab. When that little showed up, he said him, go tell Ahab again. Prepare your chariot. And get you down. Because there's something about a rain, if you don't prepare your chariot, it can stop you. That's what we learned yesterday.
Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah. I feel like flipping myself inside out. Because I know where you go, where I'm going. And you are following me and say, where is he going? I know where I'm going.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Lord. Is that the last verse? One more. And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds. I thought they only saw us. How did that little become
Clouds.
And there was, wait a minute, God said I will send abundant rain.
Yes.
But my faith increases the abundance to grace.
Heavy.
Oh, y'all didn't catch it. Y'all didn't catch it. Y'all didn't catch it. If you think the prophetic word that you will own a business is for you to open a new shop at the corner, that's all you're going to get.
My God.
But if you have faith and you start looking at an estate and looking at the mall and say, this is going to be mine, then when he comes, it's not going to just be a little. And Ahab wrote to Jezreel, and down the line, Elijah too wrote to Jezreel. But let me work this. Everybody shall work it.
Walk it, sir.
Come on, shall work it.
Walk it, sir.
Rain. Rain. There are some times that we preach texts, but experientially, we don't have what that text is projecting.
Yeah.
Because this text, 36 years of preaching, I've preached it so many times. But it was hard for me to preach in America. Because I'm from Africa. I know what is in the depth of this text. Most of the time when we look at it, we look at the abundance rate and all that good stuff and how the king has to run and prepare. But we did not get down to the bottom of it. Because experientially, we don't have what it takes to do a forensic on this text. And I'm using my background to do a forensic on this text. Because the text is talking about a drought. And it's talking about a famine. The text did not deal with the famine, but it told us the effect of the drought. Because a famine never comes without a drought. It is the drought that brought about a famine. And sometimes we waste our time dealing with the famine instead of the root cause of the famine, which is
The drugs.
the drought. American and probably British audience will not understand when it comes to a drought. But in the region where I come from, we have 5 to 6 months of the year, we call it dry season. And the water beds are dry. In California, they will have a season that they say you cannot wet your grass, you cannot wet your lawn because it doesn't rain. But they still have water in their kitchen sink and everything. They have no clue what a drought is. I have been in a drought that we have to dig the ground to allow some water to settle, and you let the mud settle down, and you rake the top of it and take home a drought. Lack of water is not a drought. A drought is when everything dries up. A drought will cause vegetation to die. A drought will cause trees to fall. The ground will be parched and open up. And nothing survives in a drought. It is amazing that the world is 75% water. And when a drought comes, it affects your potato, your corn, your sweet peas. What do you like in America? Beans? Yeah, I eat beans for breakfast. That's crazy. Drought affects the cattle, no steak. Even the fish will run in the mud, and I have seen in my father's farm the lake dried up, and all the fish were there in the mud until death didn't come to the fish. Drought killed the fish. Drought will cause a flourishing land to be valueless. Don't even talk about the desert where they don't even have any hope. So I want to look forensically at drought, the effect of drought, and what does drought do? Because it is in the middle of these canvas that I just painted that God spoke. You have been getting it. God speaks when you are in your drought. Oh, you didn't get it. Let you will get it deeper.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm not talking about drought of water. I'm talking about a drought, because a drought is something that happened to you and you have no control over. If you have a faucet in heaven, you will turn the water on. But when something happens and you have no control over it, it becomes a drought. And it is in the middle of uncontrollable circumstance in your life that God speaks. Hey. I feel like shouting.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've been there before. I don't know if you feel it, that nothing can address my situation unless God addresses it. Because I'm in a drought. And because of I'm in a drought, my wife is mad at me. My children are crying. My job is acting crazy. And what caused it was the drought in my life. So, drought has what is called other resulting problem that we do not give attention to. But God speaks in the middle of our drought.
Yes.
So it was this. This is the situation when God speaks. The opposite of drought is called excess.
Excess.
The opposite of drought is called surplus. The opposite of drought is called abundance.
The flow.
So for a drought to be eliminated, excess has to come. Surplus has to come.
Come on now.
Abundance has to come.
Yes, sir.
Because everywhere surplus and abundance come, it eliminates
Droughts.
And guess what? Rain is also an opposite of drought. You've experienced drought, but God has anointed you as an agent of change to become the opposite of the effect
Drought.
of drought. Come on, look at your neighbor and say, you are an agent of change.
You are an agent of change.
Come on, shout, you are an agent of change.
You are an agent of change.
Well, I come to announce to you something that you know and didn't know that you know it. And that thing is that, okay, opposite of drought is called opulence also.
Yeah, opulence. Yes.
Abundance.
Overflow.
That, what I come to announce to you is that you may have drought, no. You may have abundance, opulence in one area and drought in another area. You may be a good husband, opulent, and a bad financial manager. Drought. You may be a good speaker, but drought in getting along with people. You may be a good teacher, but a drought in performing. That's how you have coach. Coach can teach you how to put the ball in the basket, but they themselves cannot put it in the Otherwise, they'll be making the money, they won't teach you. So, opulence in education and drought in street sense. Opulence in doing things like yard work. My armor bearer. I have an armor bearer in Memphis. My God, Greg is the best yardman you can ever find. But you give him your telephone and ask him to FaceTime you, you got drought in there. Whereas you can take a 5-year-old, no, a 3-year-old. My granddaughter, 3-year-old, will say, Siri, call Grandpa. 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And Greg is 55 years old. Will look at him and say, who is called Siri? Because he has drought
In that area.
in the area where everybody else have opulence.